Welcome everyone to the Season 1 recap of the Los Angeles Rams franchise, and in this episode, I hope the title's pretty self-explanatory. We will be recapping Season 1, how the team did, how everyone did, and let me just paraphrase something right now. It was not good. Let's start off with individual stats here. Let's start off with Jared Goff, who's supposed to be our starting quarterback, our franchise quarterback, but it didn't really work out. 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Just god-awful. He was just absolutely terrible. We might move him this offseason. And the other two quarterbacks, we had Brandon Allen and Sean Mannion. They both had their ups and downs, but in the end, they were not good enough. In terms of rushing, Todd Gurley did not get the football enough, only 159 times. 648 yards there and 2 rushing touchdowns. He was injured for a little bit too. Justin Davis, the backup, 49 carries, 233 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had a very, very good season. And George Farmer here, 2 carries, 81 yards, and 1 touchdown. He has that 40.5 yards per carry average. That's nice looking. Malcolm Brown, 22 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. And that is it for rushing. So pretty much our passing and rushing did not work out this season. Sammy Watkins, though, leads the team with 44 receptions. He's also going to lead, I believe he leads with 717 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns then for him. Gerald Everett, 42 catches, 407 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The other rookie, Cooper Kupp, 35 catches, 548 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Tavon Austin, 34 catches, 522 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So those are the 4 main guys there. And I'd like to get the rookies involved more next season. And Sammy Watkins, I think I'm also going to move in the offseason. Andrew Whitworth, another guy, speaking of moving, he is old, and he might retire anyway, but he allowed 24 sacks. That is not good. Havenstein allowed 18. Thomas allowed 14. Saffold allowed 11. Jamon Brown, who was benched early, allowed 7. John Sullivan, also benched early, allowed 5. Allen allowed 5. And Arkin only allowed 3. And now here on the defense, Alec Ogletree leads with 126 tackles. And now for tackles for a loss, you will see that Aaron Donald leads with 19. And then sacks is going to go to Connor Barwin with 15. And I believe he just earned himself a new contract for next season. Jermaine Johnson, though, leads with 7 interceptions on the team. And, we'll take a look at our defense stats here coming up soon. But we had a very, very nice defense this year and a very, very bad offense. As you can see, Greg the Leg did pretty well. It was pretty much more user errors. My fault, pretty much, the ones that he missed. He definitely does have the leg. His name is Greg the Leg. You can't mess that up. Johnny Hecker also, same thing. I need to get used to the kicking system in this game, and it's a little bit rough sometimes. But anyway, let's take a look around the league. Aaron Rodgers leads the league in passing yards with 4,983. And you can see he had 50 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. He was on fire this season. He leads in touchdowns, and I believe he leads in the touchdown to interception ratio. Now here in terms of rushing, LaShawn McCoy leads the league with 1,712 yards on 323 carries. He also had 9 touchdowns. But the man who leads in touchdowns overall is Darren Sproles, the veteran on the Philadelphia Eagles, gets the job done with 19. Now Randall Cobb here for receiving is actually going to lead the league with 108 catches. And now for receiving yards, you can see that Des Bryant leads with 1,700. Pretty much very good season for him. And then touchdowns is going to go to Devontae Adams with 15. So you can see Cobb and Adams both connections for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the Packers, they must just be on fire right now. Michael Bowie, though, allowed 31 sacks, which is the most in the league there for the Bengals. Now for defense, Brandon Marshall with 153 tackles leads the league. For tackles for a loss, J.J. Watt is going to get the most there with 26. And then for sacks, I believe it's a 3-way tie. Yes, J.J. Watt, Chris Long, and Ward. And that is going to be that. Then for interceptions here, it's going to be Marcus Peters with 8 interceptions. In terms of kicking, you can see here that Janikowski did make the most. He made 24. But I believe I go back right here, yes I do, and take a look at field goal percentage. Not even going to try to say that name, Fairbairn, with a 100% completion. Not completion, the field goal percentage. That's what I'm trying to say. Pat O'Donnell leads in punts. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I pretty much say that that's a bad thing because you don't want to punt the football. That's bad. What are you doing, Bears? Kick return, punt return, I don't really care. You don't really care. Let's get into the team stats here. The Pittsburgh Steelers lead in offensive yards. You can pretty much thank Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. It's the big 3, the 3 Bs. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Los Angeles Rams are dead last in offense. They're dead last in passing. They're dead last in rushing. So the combination of passing and rushing give them dead last. And they're just dead last in everything. The Packers, though, with the best passing offense, and the Eagles with the best rushing offense there, as you can see. And yeah, we completely crapped the bed there. That is not good at all. Points per game, we are second to last, thanks to the Buccaneers sort of just tanking there. I don't know what their problem is. And then first downs gained, you can see we only have 166, which is rough. That is very, very rough. It's a tie there for first, 308 between the Lions and Falcons. Now for our defense, we do have the best total defense in the league, and we have the best passing defense in the league. And we have the 6th best rushing defense in the league. So overall, I mean, we're just absolutely perfect on defense. Coming up here, you can see that we also lead in sacks and in interceptions. So, I mean, our defense is not to blame for going 3-13. Yeah, it's definitely our offense. Our defense was amazing this year. We started off the season actually flipped. We were better on rushing defense than on passing defense, but it flipped. Now we're better on passing than rushing. And as you can, yeah, take a look right there. 26 interceptions leads the league, which is nice. Conversions, you can see right here, the Titans are the most efficient. Actually, it's a tie between them, the Bills, and the Panthers. They're for first with a 57 completion percentage there on third down. I mean, to pick it up. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You would think this would be bad, but our red zone percentage right here, but it's actually not. We're actually towards the top. It's just the fact that we never get into the red zone. I guess that's why it's so good. Oh, man. That's actually a little embarrassing. We're so bad in getting into the red zone that it gives us a good thing. I don't know. But the Packers, though, with the best turnover differential as we come in second to last there with a -6. Take a look there at the top row. See if you can find a Rams player. You're going to see a lot of Aaron Rodgers flash at the top of the screen right there. Any Rams get into player of the week? There's Nickel Roby-Coleman. All right, he got it. And then that's about it. Was it only him? I believe it was only him. Let's take a look at the annual awards here. Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP, leads the Packers to a 13-3 season. Dan Quinn, coach of the Falcons, gets coach of the year. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is going to go to Le'Veon Bell. Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC is going to go to Paul Posnowski. Can't say his name. Deshaun Kaiser and Jabril Peppers will win the Rookie of the Year awards, both on Matt's team. He is the owner of the Browns. And as you can see right here, the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, obviously Aaron Rodgers. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Deion Jones, the young linebacker there for the Falcons. Mitchell Trubisky gets Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then Gerard Davis on the Lions, the middle linebacker for them, gets Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that is that. Let's take a look at the Pro Bowl now. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Blake Bortles, Russell Wilson, Phillip Rivers, LeGarrette Blount, Le'Veon Bell, Devontae Freeman, LaShawn McCoy, Ty Montgomery, Melvin Gordon, Kyle Juszczyk, and Johnson, Coleman, and Vitale. I'm just going to say their last name. You know what? You can just look. I'm not going to do that, but just take a look. Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb both made it there. You can't forget about guys like Julio Jones and Antonio Brown. I'm just going to name off the major ones there. Rob Gronkowski made it. Jason Peters there at left tackle. He's a pretty good tackle there. Alex Mack there up the middle for the Falcons. Lane Johnson, another Eagles player there on the offensive line. And now here's where we might get into Chris Long. Very, very good season for him. Can't forget about J.J. Watt there in the AFC. Gerald McCoy, Geno Atkins. Oh, there's Connor Barwin. Look at that. Connor Barwin, our left outside linebacker, made it. And did anybody else on the Rams make it? It's definitely, no chance of us, any players making it on offense. But maybe down here at special teams, we'll have to take a look. There's Earl Thomas, very good player. Malcolm Butler. Jabril Peppers actually made it. That's pretty good for him, his development. There's Johnny Hecker, our punter, made it. And Tavon Austin made it as our kick returner. So good job to both of them making the Pro Bowl. Or actually all three of them making a Pro Bowl. But let's take a look at NFL records that are broken. Aaron Rodgers gets on the all-time passing touchdowns and passing yards. He's tied with Tom Brady there for second with 50 all-time. That is insane. Aaron Rodgers went off. You can't forget about Matthew Stafford, too. 44 touchdowns for him. He is also on that list. Dez Bryant got 1,724 yards, and he is on that list as well. Very good season for Dez B. And as you can see here, Matt Stafford threw for 8 touchdowns in a single game, and he set the all-time record there. Matt Stafford was a monster, and I don't want to talk about this. Malik McDowell and the Seahawks got 6 sacks against us and is on the all-time board. As you can see here, let's take a look at the NFL standings. You see the Seahawks lead there. The Ravens, though, they are going to lead the AFC North. The Jaguars are going to lead the AFC South. Who else here? Actually, then right here, the Patriots. Very strong division right there. They lead over the Dolphins and the Bills, but all three of those teams did very, very well. The Patriots, they struggled there for a little bit. The Chargers win the AFC West. That's a surprise right there. along with the Jaguars. Then in the NFC, this is pretty much more predictable. The Packers win the NFC North. The Falcons win the NFC South. Who else here? The Panthers also made it there in the wild card, I believe. And then here in the NFC East, you have the 12-4 Philadelphia Eagles. They had a very good season. And the Giants barely sneak in there as well. And then the Seahawks go 13-3, Cardinals 6-10, 49ers 5-11, and we went 3-13. So we are at the bottom of our division, containing the Cardinals and the 49ers, both relatively bad teams. So that's a little embarrassing. And yeah, we got to improve our divisional play next year. Anyway, let's take a look at the playoffs. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl. Let's do it right now. As you can see, these are the standings right here, and these are the standings for the AFC. The first one's for the NFC. I should have said that. I don't know why I said right here. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see who advances, who wins what. You can see Atlanta beat New York 31-19, and Philadelphia beat Carolina by only 2 points. So they will advance on to play Seattle and Green Bay. And let's take a look at the AFC here. The Los Angeles Chargers beat the Buffalo Bills 35-24, and the Miami Dolphins beat Baltimore 27-11. So the AFC East is strong this year. And as you can see right here, the Seattle Seahawks beat the Philadelphia Eagles 44-7, and the Green Bay Packers pull ahead of Atlanta 31-24. They get their revenge from last year. And then in the AFC, you have Jacksonville beating Miami, and Los Angeles beats New England. And yeah, that is unfortunate there for New England. I am a Patriots fan, so that sort of sucks. I wanted to see them win. Anyway, Green Bay beats Seattle in the NFC Championship game by 3 points, which means they're going to the Super Bowl, and they will be playing the Los Angeles Chargers. They come out of absolutely nowhere this season, led by Phillip Rivers, 27-21 victory over Jacksonville. They are headed to the Super Bowl. But in the end, it is Aaron Rodgers and that offense. Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Ty Montgomery. Who am I missing? Devontae Adams. Throw everyone in there. Aaron Rodgers wins another Super Bowl. Congratulations to them, as the Green Bay Packers are the Season 1 Super Bowl champions. Comment, subscribe, your veggies. Go to school. Dan Carr, thumbs out. Peace.